actually put your pencil on top of your paper. We're not going to get to that for a while. So for right now, you're just going to listen, try to take in everything you can, and what I want you to do to start is find a nice, comfortable slanting position that you can stay in for the remainder of this class period. If that's going to be really hard with someone you're sitting by, go ahead and move yourself now. Doesn't have to be a big deal, doesn't have to be very dramatic. Just find a spot where you'll be able to focus. And I want everyone to put your books down, put your paper down, sit up straight. And I wanted to give us a second to do some of those meditative breathing techniques so that we can focus back. Because what you just did was vigorous activity. And what does vigorous activity do to our brains sometimes?
Fight or flight.
It can send you into fight or flight. It can flip your lid. For some of you, maybe not. For some of you, you might already be relaxed. But for others, we need to just take a minute so we'll be able to take in what we're actually giving a lesson on today, because it's that important. I want you guys to focus on that. So everyone, find a nice, comfortable position, sitting up straight. And we're going to go 5 counts in through the nose and 5 counts out. Please don't make it really loud and dramatic, because that tends to distract from people around us. Just try your best. Breathe in through your mouth instead of through your mouth. So, sitting up nice and straight, you can close your eyes, you can keep your eyes open, whatever's comfortable for you. And 5 seconds in, and 5 seconds out. Doing that a couple more times. In, and out. One more time. And out. Okay, so try to recognize what you're feeling right now. If that's a calm feeling, maybe you're not calm yet, maybe you need to take a couple more seconds or a couple more breaths to get yourself into that state. But we want to make this a practice so that you're able to get here quicker and quicker and quicker. Because in order to retain this information, you need to be here and not here. I also want to challenge you to try to think of something that you're going to be intentional about today, maybe for the rest of the day, maybe for the rest of the week. Is it going to be slanting? Is it going to be trying to be more positive about things that you kind of struggle with? So if you were that person, you're like, we're going to have vigorous activity today, and your mind automatically just went, ugh. Maybe you need to work on being more conscious of how positive you're being about PE or math or homework or something. Try to set an intention for the day or for the week. So today, we're going to be diving deeper into E+R=O, which you did last week. And there's a fancy word that goes along with this, and or a fancy couple words, emotional intelligence. What do you think emotional intelligence means?
Emotional maturity is usually formed by experience.
Good. There was a key word there. Yeah, go ahead.
Kind of like knowing your own emotion, like someone else's emotion.
Yeah, knowing your own emotions and maybe being able to read other people's emotions and what that's telling you. That key word that we had over here as well is maturity. So being able to recognize your own emotions, recognize maybe what other people are telling you with their emotions, and responding accordingly. Do you think that everyone is born with a naturally high amount of emotional intelligence? Definitely not. How many of you have younger siblings? How many of you have seen those younger siblings go into an all-out fit because they didn't get their way? And I was just going to say, maybe some of you know some adults in your life or some older people in your life that do the same thing. Low emotional intelligence. They're not as mature as they probably want to be. The goal with all this mental strength stuff, remember, is that you guys get what you want. And if you look at people who have low maturity or low emotional intelligence, they don't usually get what they want. They're usually pretty embarrassed. They usually do things they regret. They usually alienate themselves because they're throwing a fit or they're being mean to people or something. And we want the opposite for you. We want you to get what you want in your life. And in order to do that, in order to be emotionally intelligent, you need to be able to reflect on your own emotions, on what other people's emotions are telling you. And the fancy word for that, maybe you remember writing this in your planner, is metacognition. Metacognition makes you sound really smart. Maybe you want to use it. But really, what it means is reflection. Reflection on on yourself and others. And in order to do that, you just need to recognize that emotions are really just information. They're information about